Cyberport is actually, in a nutshell, Hong Kong government establishment. We have the public mission to foster the development of innovation and technology in Hong Kong, or specialized in nurturing digital technology startups. Okay, we have a huge community. I will introduce a bit more later. But maybe you can simply treat Cyberport as a digital tech incubator. We've nurtured a lot of startups over the years. Okay, we are a public organization, so Hong Kong government is our sole shareholder. We are 100% owned by the Hong Kong government. So, as I've said, Cyberport is a huge community with over 2,000 community members. Our latest figures show that we have already broken 2,100 community companies. We have around half of them working on-site and another half working off-site. We try to categorize our companies into 6 strategic clusters. We have 3 application clusters, namely fintech, smart living, smart city, and the third one, digital entertainment. That's what I'm overseeing. And we have 3 technology clusters, AI, big data, blockchain, and cyber security. For these 3 application clusters, you can say that they are looking after the industry verticals. And these 3 technology clusters, they are more horizontal, right? And we also have an emerging area working on Web3. Cyberport has been named as the Web3 hub for Hong Kong. So far, we have nurtured many unicorns from our community. The most famous one, you may know that is GoGo X, or formerly GoGo Van. And we have another 8 unicorns in our community. The most relevant one to digital entertainment must be Animoca Brands. You may know this big name, right? We also have some other companies. They have got the virtual banks license, virtual insurance license, and also a virtual assets trading platform. However, when we are looking at the digital entertainment sector, we try to put into a perspective to look at the economic contribution, all right? The Hong Kong government actually framed Hong Kong cultural creative industry. It contributes a lot to the GDP, 2.3%, talking about 62 billion Hong Kong dollar in 2022. And the digital entertainment industry belongs to the bigger Hong Kong cultural creative industry. Over the past 15 years, the Hong Kong digital entertainment industry has been the largest creative sector, contributing to 15.7 billion to the economy. So we're making quite a lot of impact. When we're talking about digital entertainment cluster in Cyberport, we actually are looking at 3 areas. Our core, of course, is digital entertainment. But we recently, in the past 2 to 3 years, we try to expand our digital entertainment cluster to cover sport technology and art technology. So you see the intersection of these 3 areas, we call it sport entertainment or art entertainment. I named them sportainment and artainment. The intersection, we're focusing more on talking about the entertainment elements of these areas. All right, this diagram shows you about the various stages of support of Cyberport entrepreneurs. Every time when we talk about our funding support to the innovators, entrepreneurs, the number is roughly around 1.1 million funding support. If you are joining our community as an incubatee, you will get something more. All right, you can see there are 6 circles, right, on the in the diagram. For this one, the Cyberport University Partnership Program, CUPP. This is actually for university students. A special program we have done for 8 to 9 years. Creative Microfund is the prototyping stage or the MVP stage. It provides you with 6 months support. You simply need to go through a process to make your own MVP or your prototyping projects. That's fine. We'll give you 100K funding support. And Who can join this program? The CCMF. Individuals can join. A small team can join. An established company can join. But for the incubation program, it's talking about a 2-year incubation period. Within these 2 years, we need to measure the milestone of each admitted teams. We will give a maximum of 500K Hong Kong dollar to each admitted team. Throughout this 2 years incubation period, we provide various type of business support to the companies. We want to make sure that they can go through the MVP process and launch their product services to the market. And maybe even they can scale up their business within the incubation period. We're talking about 500K. Some teams may get less, some teams may even get more, because we have different types of additional support, additional funding for the teams. Teams with better performance, they may get more. And we also have some additional support to more mature teams. If any teams can join accelerated programs in the market, they can get additional 300K Hong Kong dollar. For some teams, they would like to do more marketing development. Maybe they join some delegations, overseas trips. They attend some exhibitions elsewhere in mainland or overseas. They can even get 200K additional funding support. The last circle, we call it macro fund, Cyberport macro fund, is a co-investment arrangement. For any teams, they are looking for Series A round funding. We have an investment committee to look at the investment. The startup needs to find a lead investor first, and our investment committee will talk to the investor of this company to decide how much we will invest in and how much equity we'll take from this team. So for macro fund, this is the only mechanism we will take equity from the teams. For the funding support, the full macro fund, we take nothing actually from the teams. So if you are a game developer, you actually first look at these two programs. We always encourage the teams with innovative ideas to prototype your own ideas. Go for CCMF first. If you already have something done, you have a business, you need to run your business more successfully, you need to join incubation program. You know, every year we receive a lot of applications, over 1,000 applications every year. The competition is so strong. You need to beat the successful applicants from different clusters. So the game companies or the game studios, they need a lot more strength to get into our incubation program. If you would like to join our CCMF or CIP, need to remember these selection steps. Step 1, you need to pass our Cyberport internal assessment. We have our own colleagues from the admission team. They look into every application. I once was in this kind of role to look at the applications for CCMF. Wow, it's a very tough process. I need to read more than 100 applications. I focused on looking at those applications from the university stream. So I need to shortlist some more promising applications for the vetting committee. So step 2, we will have an independent vetting committee to vet all the shortlist applications. Say for example, one intake, the vetting committee need to look at around 90 applications. So, and they finally will pick around 30. So you see how hard you can get into our programs. After final interview, you will be informed whether you are successful or fail. And step 3, you are admitted and you can sign contract. And remember this timetable. Annually, we have 4 intakes now. Before last year, we just have 3 intakes per year. And many years ago, we just have 2 intakes. So you see a lot more chance right now. You have 4 intakes every year. Remember the number 4, 7, 10, 1, April, July, October, January for the application deadline. You don't need to remember the name of the intake, but you need to remember the application deadline. And we have an online application system. You simply need to fill in all the information, attach the documents, your presentation deck. So we normally take 3 months for every intake. So if you complete your submission, and next month we will invite the shortlist team to take the interview. And 1 month later, you will be informed whether you are admitted or not, and you sign a contract. Apart from the basic program support, we also have some in the additional business support. We have already formed some sort of networks with different purposes. All right, we collectively call them CXN. We have CEN, CIN, CTN, and CPN. CEN is talking about enterprise connection. We have a lot of enterprise partners. Through this partnership, the enterprise can look at our solutions of our Cyberport companies. So we help to do business referrals. Say, for example, last Friday, I just did one business matching meeting for 7 companies between HKMU, Metropolitan University. They had 6 professors coming to Cyberport looking at our company solutions. We organized the meetings for digital entertainment related startups, Gerontech startups, and also art tech related startups. Throughout the meetings, they exchange ideas on whether there are any internship opportunities from our companies, and also any research R&D projects can be done between both sides, and also potential collaborations can be developed throughout this introduction. And for CIN Investment Network, we're talking about investment and also business acceleration. Our investor network, we have more than 170 investors. They are angel investor, VC, family offices, and also private equity. They have different sort of interests to invest in our companies. So we sometimes organize the sort of investment meetings for our companies. We even have tried to organize meetings for game-related companies to meet with potential investor or accelerators. Technology network, CTN, we have technology companies as our partner. Through this kind of partnership, the technology partners can introduce their technical solutions to our companies. For example, cloud credits, clinics, consultation. They provide tech support to our companies. Also, tech enablement training. Around 2 months ago, I organized 2 seminars with HTC, talk about virtual production, and also introduce the XR technologies, the new goggles, the application of XR technologies for our companies. For professional services network, this talking about consultancy, strategic advice from Big Four, from legal firms, or some professional service providers. Okay, we have quite comprehensive business support for our community companies. When I'm talking about community companies, we have several categories, including incubators. Incubators means those companies who have successfully joined our incubation program. And CCMF grantees, so the one who have joined our CCMF programs. Alumni, those graduate from our CCMF or incubation program. We also have a lot of office tenants. They simply rent our office space for their own business. We also have some smart space tenants. Smart space means our co-working space. I have one separate slide for smart space, so I will introduce later. So you see several boxes here. Business referrals matching, I've mentioned. Business advice, market insight. We work with different partners to organize talks, some exchange sessions for the company. We also have mentor and peer support. We have Cyberport Alumni Association. They have a lot of graduates willing to help the newcomers. So they always become the mentors for our new teams. And we also have some seasoned individuals from the game industry or from the entertainment industry. They join us as mentors. They give a lot of great advice. Technology enablement, I've mentioned, funding opportunities and facilitations. As I've said, we simply provide 100K or 500K basic funding support to our CCMF and incubation program companies. But from time to time, have additional opportunity of funding for those companies. Maybe they can make use of the funding to launch new projects. Maybe they have the new funding to hire people to do some new project, something like that. And we also facilitate the companies to apply for outside funding. If a company come to us, I would like to apply for some government funding. Can Cyberport be our supporter? We will consider and we will back them up. Industry association connection. We have a lot of industry associations as our partners from the gaming industry, from the entertainment industry. As I have said, we also work on art tech and sport tech. So the sport associations, the art-related organizations, bodies, we have connections. Whenever a company come to us, I can do the introduction, maybe for inquiries, or even they can develop some collaborations. Industry awards and recognitions. Once you have joined Cyberport, you will have tons of opportunities to get in touch with some industry award recognitions, because we always encourage our companies to try to attempt various kind of industry awards. And I can say that Cyberport companies has the advantage to get awards from the competitions, because we sometimes will help them to prepare for the applications or even to practice for interview. Investment facilitation I've mentioned. This box is talking about tertiary institutes and local schools. For these connections, sometimes the companies come to us for talent acquisition. They don't have enough manpower. They come to us, hey, can you help us to get some connections from the teachers, from the instructors, whether they have some good students refer to us. They can also consider doing some R&D projects with universities, tertiary institutions. And also, this can serve as the market segment expansion. Sometimes the company, they need to expand their markets to some education sector. We can also help. Last box is talking about publicity and media exposure. The Cyberport community companies, they always have different chances to expose themselves. We have dedicated persons in our company to work in publicity, media exposure. We organize meetings with our internal teams to pick some good stories for them to do media interviews, various kind of exposure. You can see our companies on TV, newspapers, even you may have seen some butts body advertising. This one, Game Differ, is one of the industry associations. They want to do a lot more to promote the game industry in Hong Kong. So we support them in our annual flagship event, Digital Entertainment Leadership Forum, Delft. Okay, we support them to do the inauguration of the Game Hub idea. So hopefully we have Game Hub in Hong Kong from Cyberport. They can encourage more game developers to do more good games and to run better business. In Hong Kong, we need some game developers who know how to run a game business instead of just making games. So we will work closely with Game Differ to drive the industry. Right, I just mentioned about this flagship event, Delft. We make use of the flagship event as a platform. This brand actually has been in Hong Kong for 20 years. This event has been run year after year. Every time we have a large multitude of people to join our event. For this year, we have more than 3,500 participants. Many years ago, this event was simply a B2B conference, just one day. But in the past 4 years, we have developed this event into 3-day events we receive a lot of public participants. The families, the young kids, they can come to enjoy the events. So apart from the industry conference, they can join different activities like exhibition. They have a lot of game booths. They also can see some art tech exhibition. They can attend different events in Delft, including the sort of award ceremonies. And also we feature some e-sport competitions. So every August we do Delft.
Welcome to Digital Entertainment Leadership Forum Delft 2024, the premier event exploring the digital entertainment and smart living ecosystem and the transformative impact of Web3 and artificial intelligence.
AI is changing the way we live in countless ways and is already demonstrating its potential to be a game changer for many industries.
It is a prominent platform for industry experts, entrepreneurs, and investors to connect, exchange, and explore together the cutting-edge trends and boundless possibilities in digitainment.
This is my first time attending Delft, so it's very honored to be here once again. But there's so many variety of speakers. So not only you hear about gaming from my side and some other important guests, but there are other areas to learn more about the greater ecosystem in technology. And it's very fascinating to hear other speakers to talk about what are the latest technology, what are the latest trends in media as well as entertainment.
在作为这个数字内容的一个平台的基础上，其实我们 work very closely 和很多AI 的背景的艺术家和创作者，他们的 creativity 其实我们认为是整个 immersive experience 里面非常重要的 essence。我觉得 AI 它是作为一个工具，但是真正好的 creativity 和这些非常人文 humanity， 然后包括和 cultural 相关的 localization， 才是会让 AI 作为一个工具，能更多的融入到我们的生活，为我们的生活带来便利。
This event venue, Cyber Arena, back in 2019, we transformed the atrium of our shopping mall into a dedicated esports arena. If you have chance to come over to Cyberport to take a look, we can accommodate around 300 people at one time. We make use of this space for different kind of events, conferences, performances. So our community companies, even outsiders, can rent this space for their events. Okay, sometimes we find that the companies or game developers, they don't like to join our CCMF or incubation program, they can just rent a space from Cyberport and they still can become Cyberport community member. So we have smart space arrangement, the co-working space. This kind of furnished co-working space, very nice. A lot of people like this kind of setup very much. We have many spaces at Cyberport, but we also have one satellite site in Tsuen Wan, close to the Tsuen Wan MTR. Okay, we have three types of offerings. Office room. You can take up a room of at least 2 people or maybe up to 10 people. Rental is about 20K to 30K for a room every month. And for workstation, is a fixed desk arrangement. It's talking about around 2,000 Hong Kong dollar per month per desk. But you can put your company name there and also register the company address there. The third offering is Flexi Space. This is the most flexible arrangement. You simply plug and play, come take up any spaces, not a fixed desk, okay? So this is the cheapest arrangement. Even less than 1,000 Hong Kong dollar per month. You can treat this as a permit pass to enter our smart space areas. You can just take up every space. We provide free Wi-Fi, electricity to do your work there. Additional support for manpower. This scheme has been run for many years from the Innovation and Technology Commission, ITC. You look at the name for research talent, so must be related to research, R&D. But this funding scheme offers a great amount for supporting the manpower in Hong Kong. If for our game business, you can consider using this for R&D in gaming. So the prerequisites are listed here. Hong Kong permanent resident or person legally permitted to work in Hong Kong. Degree holder in local universities from the STEM-related disciplines or well-recognized non-local top 100 institutions. The government has adopted 4 ranking system. You just look at the website to check which 4 ranking system. The talent must be a full-time role, R&D role. The application is open all year round. The scheme can support up to 4 research talent, up to 36 months. Okay, 3 different types of support, 20K for bachelor, master, 23K, and for doctor, 35K plus 10K living allowance, provided that the doctor is non-Hong Kong resident. Cyberport will facilitate the application process. So once the central system receives an application from Cyberport companies, the application will be forwarded to our dedicated colleagues to follow with the company, to check the documents and follow up with every detail. But remember that this takes a lot of time to get reimbursement. So a company must pay the payroll first. And you need to have some financial resources to back you up. Otherwise, you will have a lot of trouble in getting the money from the government. Okay, that's all for my introduction. Thank you.